Hey, welcome this morning. We're glad to have you guys all with us. We're going to start off the morning a little late, as you figured out, right? We're kind of waiting for some people to get here. Our big opportunity today is the BQA certification. So we want to make sure that everybody has a chance, including my crew, to get in on that. Is everybody aware of what that is? No? No hands. Nobody knows. I'm glad you're here with us today then, because Che Trejo here and his cohort Robert are going to get you all lined up with that. So thank you again for being with us. I know everybody has tremendously busy schedules, and I appreciate you taking time out of your life to come spend the day with us here. I know some of you have traveled a long ways to get here. You know, we got some guys from up north that it's about a 3-hour trip if Dale's driving probably, but if Renee or I are doing it, it's probably more like 3.5, right? So thank you. But also we have some people here from Missouri, right? I got Chip from Missouri here. We got Marty, who's a transplant Missouri, but he's actually from Illinois. So you guys probably win the farthest away award. So thank you guys. And as well as our other presenters that are here with us today, we really appreciate them making the effort to get here. So who's glad for the rain that we asked for? Yeah. We ran a damn water truck around here all week to cut the dust, right? So you're welcome. Yeah, so that came just maybe a day late, right, Dad? I mean, I don't know how much diesel we burnt making it wet out there, but it was a bunch. So why are we doing this? You know, we like to be what we feel are beef industry advocates. Who's in the beef industry with me here, right? No chicken guys? No pork guys, right? Mine all have 4 legs, or at least I hope they do. The 3-legged ones, I got to send to Scott and Kay right away. So we're in the beef industry, right? We're all in this together. We feel here at Trinity Farms that we have 3 pillars for our success, right? That we can help contribute to your success. That's the genetics, the health portion. We got our good guys from Zoetis. I don't know if, is there any Merck guys here today? Not yet. Oh, they're late. See what happens when they're late? So make sure on the health part of that, guys. Mark Mulatus here from Central Oregon Ranch Supply. It's one of our partners that we do a lot with back and forth year in and year out. Make sure and visit with him as well as the reps and get educated on what you can do at your place to, what's that? So I want to thank them for making the effort to be up here to help you work on your health with the cattle, okay? The third thing is the management that you put them under. So you say, well, what does all this mean? When I'm I told somebody, when Dale's getting down here in 3 hours, right? He had to probably pass a few guys that maybe were wondering what the hell he's doing. But when we're on the freeway driving 70 miles an hour to get to Ellensburg, right? We're all trusting that when Steve Downey's beside me, that he's going to stay in his own damn lane and do the right thing, right? And he's trusting that I'm going to do the same thing because we're all arriving at that same destination today. So the correlation I'm trying to make here is I think we have a responsibility to do the right thing in the industry that we're in. And that's where that health and management plays a big part. So when we send these cattle on to the next guy in whatever stage of the beef industry you're in, you've done everything at your level to make sure that next guy is successful as well. Because we have to remember, once again, we're in the beef industry. So, John, they're all going to get eaten, right? Whether they're spotted black and white or not, right? There's a lot of those that go down there, and that's what happens. Because thank God you guys do the great job you do, because some of those also end up in the compost pile. So they're going to get eaten, end up in the compost pile, or we're in the pet food business, or Chip would tell me maybe we're in the poodle club, right? So he can tell you more about that later. So we're in this together. I think most of us don't want to be just average. I don't want to be the average seed stock supplier. We want to offer you more. You guys have taken time out of your day, so it's very obvious you don't want to be the average beef producer, right? You want to be something more than that. And I guarantee you, I don't shop. Well, where's my wife? Debbie, where are you at? When I go to Fred Meyer's with her, it is a bad experience for her. So normally I do not go grocery shopping with her. So most of the housewives, or our wives or mothers, do the shopping, and they want to make sure that we're doing the right thing as well, right? They're trusting what we do and the processes we put these cattle under and the way that we take care of them, that we're supplying a healthy, wholesome, safe, right? That's a big one, a safe product to feed their family. I had 4 kids. They do come hit the freezer quite often still. So I know they still like that safe, wholesome product too. And we want to make sure we're feeding our kids that same safe product. So a big part of that is trust. So specifically, as your seed stock provider, we want to earn your trust. And it's things like this that are going to be beyond just selling you a bull, okay? We want to do and provide opportunities for networking, maybe an educational component. A big deal today is BQA certification. So does anybody think their cattle end up through Tyson at some point? I got 2 hands. Okay, if they don't end up there, they must all be at Washington Beef, right? That's about the only 2, well, you know, we got Paul over there in Moses Lake. There, a lot of them go through there. So there are some other outlets for them too. The point I'm trying to make here is, starting January 1st, Tyson's requiring that the cattle coming through their system come from a BQA certified chain. So what does that mean to you? Where's Pat? So if Pat will raise his hand, Pat just told me outside, he is actually already BQA certified. So if anybody's a little worried, I'd sit at Pat's table and make sure you can read his little quiz. I didn't say that, teacher. So Pat's already got the letter from Tyson. And Pat, how long has it been since you've sent cattle through Tyson? So 2 years since he's actually sent cattle through Tyson. He's got his own direct ship deal that's growing, I guess, monthly. So for the most part, he's able to self-consume all those cattle, but in the times that maybe he's a little bit fat, those cattle have gone through Tyson, and he's already gotten the letter, even though it's been 2 years since you've shipped cattle direct to Tyson, that, hey, Pat, just want to make you aware, if we don't have you certified by January 1, you know, you're not going to be able to ship cattle here anymore. Fortunately, I guess you've already been through the training this summer, so he was able to zip that off to him in an email, and he's good to go. So that's why I think it's important. Even though you might not ship them directly, I would imagine that Easter Day or LORO, Beef Northwest, or whoever it's going to be, is going to probably push back a little bit on that and say, hey, if I got to be certified, we're going to ask you guys to be certified, shipping them into us as well. So I don't know that for certain, but that seems like a logical assumption to me. Where's Jack Field? He might be, I don't think he's firing up the barbecue, but I think he would kind of probably back that thought process up as the guy dealing with all the feeders here in the state. So now the trust issue, once again, so what are we talking about here? I do compliment Tyson for taking this first stand, because they're probably not going to win a popularity contest for a few months here, right? Because everybody's going to say, why are you making me do this? It's, you know, we're cattle guys, right? We don't like being told what to do. I mean, I don't like my wife to tell me what to do, but I do it anyway. So that's maybe my point here too. You know, I applaud them for taking the position in the stand to say, hey, we're not going to take any more unless you do this. Because why are they doing that? I'm sure, has anybody been to the Tyson plant here at Wallula? A few? It's a monster, right, Bill? I mean, 1,500 people show up for work every day. I mean, it's like, oh my God, I can't imagine even keeping track of that, let alone all the dumb cattle coming through there. So I'm sure the last thing they want is one more piece of paperwork to deal with, right? But they're getting pressure from their buyer, the consumer, and saying, hey, here's the things we want to know. So once again, I appreciate them taking the stand, because it's not going to be popular, but it won't be long before everybody say, wow, those guys were on the front edge, right? So you have the opportunity today to participate in that as well. It will make us better. So we talked about being in this together in the beef industry. A couple housekeeping things. Chelsea, where are you at? She must be in the office. So this is an adult learning environment, and a very casual one at that. As you can see, this is like one man and a piano when you don't want to hear me sing, and thank God I don't have a piano up here, but it's all nice and cozy, right? So we're looking forward to that. There are bathrooms here in the sale barn for those of you who haven't been here. There's porta potties outside. Lunch is around 12:30, so we're going to leave that open since I'm late again. So we may have to slide that a little bit. And then we do have some scheduled breaks too. Why did we schedule breaks? Well, we want to make sure that in this adult learning environment, you can take care of the things you need to, right? But also, I encourage you to make sure and introduce yourself to these speakers and presenters and the guys that have been here to help us put this program on. You have a huge, huge opportunity if you've not met them and not had a chance to visit with them. These guys are the best and brightest in what they do. So make sure you've already made the effort to be here. I'm going to feed you a hamburger, but I guarantee it won't be that damn good, right? But the value you could get from visiting with these guys, we've got representatives from lots of the different Northwest marketing opportunities, whether it's John and Troy from the sale barn, or some of the guys from the feedlots. We have a Superior rep here today. Maybe you're curious how that works and have never done it, so make sure and visit with Rocky. And where's Rocky? Not to put him on the hot seat, but I do understand there might be a story later that you really know what the hot seat's all about. Is that right, Steve? Okay, so maybe Steve, if things get a little boring, Steve might have to tell us about that little story. So, the selfish part of the program, the private treaty bull selection, we do have bulls out there. We recognize there's guys that like to buy older bulls. There's guys that maybe fall calf. There's guys that don't like to buy them in the environment of the high-paced deal when we have the bull sale. There's guys that had a broken leg bull, whatever it might be. Those bulls are out there for you to peruse all day. There's catalogs. Chelsea's got catalogs in the office, correct? Yep. So if you decide that you want a bull, then come in and let Chelsea or I or Colton, where are you at? Where's Colton sitting at? So if no one saw you raise your hand, you better stand up. So tell Colton, and he'll go mark those with a paintball gun. So if you guys see on the right side, Colton, you got that? So if Colton shoots one of those on the right side, that bull's already spoken for, okay? That's what that'll be all about. So that's on a first come, first serve, just private treaty deal. And that's a pretty casual deal. So Chelsea has the agenda. I don't think we need to go through that necessarily. We're going to dive right into Che's. Sorry, you got to follow me, dude. I mean, that's sad. But anyway, Che Trejo is here from Zoetis. He's going to get us going on the BQA thing. And I think we're going to have to cut the lights for your presentation, but we'll turn it back on because I have a hell of a time seeing in the dark without my glasses. So thank you.